Here we go, Kelly Slater.
Board looks pretty unique out there. It's kind of short, stubby, a little wider in the nose.
You know, I think it's a new board that, you know, him and Tomo are making.
I want a board to get out of my way, and I want to be able to feel like I can go anywhere on the face.
That has been really rewarding and really challenging to try and come up with board designs that are worthy of, you know, the greatest surfer of all time.
He's been the most experimental surfer in the game, and he has pushed surfboard design through the eras.
Hey, I'm Daniel Thomson, and this is the Mindcraft by Slater Designs. The Mindcraft is a design collaboration with Kelly Slater. Kelly and I have been chasing a minimalist high-performance shortboard since we started working together in 2015.
When I made Slater Designs and started designing my own boards, he and I worked together and made the first few boards that I put out. This idea of the minimalism in a board, there's really no one else who does it like Tomo does. It's really his forte, is to make these small boards and fit everything in a small package. You know, I've obviously been going in that direction for a long time.
Kelly is pushed me immensely as a shaper to kind of like explore other shapes and more deeply explore more traditional shapes, which I'd kind of left behind on my pursuit of the planing hole journey. So that has been really rewarding and really challenging to try and, you know, come up with board designs that are worthy of, you know, the greatest surfer of all time. It's an incredible challenge.
The idea of the board in general is maximum minimalism. And what I mean by that is like get all the performance benefits out of a short board, like the regular sort of competition style short board. But once you've kind of created a template line up as far as you need, you know, it's the same idea of chopping off or shortening up a board, but we wanted to have an aesthetically kind of pleasing look to it. And the first one we did with a sort of, I call it a pyramid nose.
We started off riding one of my really rectangular shapes. So we had a fun little surf on the Gold Coast, and he really lit that board up, and we got really excited and inspired from that feeling. And kind of from that point, he kind of got back to me with a few ideas that incorporated some really parallel rail lines through the center of the board to kind of capture that speed and drive, and combining it with a round tail shape just to give it a different feel of what the planing hole is doing and get a different aesthetic. The idea for the shape, Kelly wanted to try it with the torpedo nose. Yeah, so Kelly did bring this board out in the Trestles event earlier in the year and had a really nice wave where he put a few nice turns together and kind of showed this board to the world for the first time. Now everyone else gets a chance to try it. And this is the fully optimized version. So we connected in Hawaii early this year in March and rode this particular version.
I have two boards here. These are something Tomo and I made last year. We did one with a diamond nose just to make it very distinguished. What I was trying to do was get the rail line far enough up and then chop some of the nose off. So that's why we went kind of like a diamond shape. He's been riding a lot of boards with this kind of nose. So he added some V double concave in the front. So it just kind of helps it lift out if it does hit the water there. And then this is just a round nose version of the same thing. It has a little bit of his Hydronaut kind of influence too, or Hydro Short influence on the nose. This is test phase, but I've been riding this board design for almost a year now. I sent him some dimensions. I said, here's exactly what I want. The first one was great. So this is like version 3.0 right here.
You know, having had all these years of working with Tomo has been really fun for me because my mind and his mind separately were into that minimal thing. You know, there's really nothing extreme about this board except for the fact that it's a lot less board than you're typically looking at.
The Mindcraft has a relatively gentle rocker. It's not too extreme and still has enough tail kick for you to really pivot nicely in the pocket. Volume and rails on the Mindcraft, it's kind of got a lot of volume in the center of the board and a bit of a rolled deck and a low volume rail that it's kind of still got a soft profile. So yeah, it gives you that nice body control and instantaneous response that you're kind of looking for out of a small wave performance board. It just has that really nice feel underfoot, low swing weight, and really hard to catch a nose with these curves up here. Yeah, combining that with the bump wing round tail, which is a tail design Kelly was really feeling for this shape. Just gives the board a nice all-round balance.
The idea is to just get, you know, the bulk of the board you need right here between your feet, and being so small, you don't have to move around very much. You don't really have to go forward for barrels or go back for turns. You're in the sweet spot pretty much the whole time you're riding. If you're really riding all aspects of the face of a wave and, you know, doing everything from, you know, barrel riding to turns to airs, how much you move around on the board in order to control the thing. And so if you can make that sweet spot fit in a tighter place and still give you all the design aspects and the feels that you want to have on a wave, that's really kind of the golden goose in my mind.
So this board is coming out in the I-Bolic 2.0 technology. That is the upgraded version of the I-Bolic. Basically, we've got a new deck skin that saves on weight, makes the board a little lighter. It's basically going to have the same strength characteristics, if not more, since we've added this nice little carbon fiber strip, composite strip on the bottom. Yeah, it's an all-round really high performance tech. I really like this tech. So this is the Grom Flex Mindcraft. It's basically the same shape as the Mindcraft. We have shrunken it down for the Grom sizes, and this board is released in its very own technology, the Grom Flex technology, which basically is a stringless EPS epoxy, and it has this unique biaxial carbon veil through the center of the board, which gives it a really nice springy feel, and comboed up with this basalt carbon fiber unidirectional strip just to give the board nice strength. So it's solid, it hangs in there for the kids when they're tackling the closeouts. Contest ready, shore break ready, weekend ready. Yeah, sick little board, they're gonna like it. So wave type for the Mindcraft, I feel this one is a small wave to all-round design. I would call it about 2 foot to 5 foot would be its happy place. The board, it does have quite a lot of concave in it, which kind of makes it more suitable to a smaller wave. It goes well in real flat face waves because it's got this width here and straightness through the outline, but it does fit nicely in the pocket. It gets up and jams top to bottom very, very quick. The responsiveness on the rail is what people will notice right away, how quickly it goes from top to bottom. It's very, very sharp and precise in the pocket. So waves up to about 5 feet, just a little overhead in layman's terms. Small wave high performance is where it lives. So the fin setup for the Mindcraft, we're pairing it with the KSR Endorfins, Kelly's new fin setup. The thruster for me feels like the peak performance for this particular shape. We have the wider hip bump wing here, which the side fins sit right on the edge of that bump wing and gives you a nice control, and then it pulls into this quite pulled in round tail, almost pintail back here. Quad is also fun too, good to experiment in smaller stuff, but for me, I'm preferring the tri-fin for this particular model. Yeah, but obviously the quad guys love their quad, so we've got that option in there too.
I have tried it as a thruster. I've tried it as a sort of twin plus one, but I really love it the best as a quad. As far as surfing and face the wave, I prefer a quad on my backhand. A lot of people prefer them on their forehand, but for some reason it really stands out to me on the backhand, but just gives you a different feel and a little bit of a different place to go on the wave, different approaches off the bottom and on the face. I want a board to get out of my way, and I want to be able to feel like I can go anywhere on the face, and I feel like I like to surf critically in the pocket, and that's what a small board does. You know, that extra nose weight, it turns faster, it doesn't get in the way if you're kind of throwing the tail out and that kind of thing. So the board really stays under your feet. You don't have to move around as much. But Tomo and I have been riding this for 1.5 years now, testing it out, and I'm super stoked with this board.
So there it is, the Mindcraft. It's available at surf shops near you or online at firewiresurfboards.com. Now go get off the internet and go surfing.